Welcome to our Devos. We have been talking this week about acknowledging God and what that actually means. A lot of times we think it's like a thank you note, but really it's about acknowledging his lordship and being intimately known by him and knowing him in such a way where his knowledge, the knowledge that you have of him and the connection you have with him informs your decisions. Now, I know it's not financial awareness month. We always talk about money, and we're going to talk about money this year like we always do, but this is something to keep in mind. When you want to acknowledge God, you want to give like it's his. Give like it's his. Now, our generosity should not be based on our ability to be generous. Our generosity should be based on the fact that none of the resources that God has given us are ours to begin with. That means that when you're giving, you are making a reasonable gift back as an acknowledgement of what he has done for you. Now, again, we're not talking about stewardship this week, but this is kind of a stewardship issue because this isn't just about giving, though I'm focusing on that. This is about money in general. If the other day, Pastor Mike and I were together. We went to a funeral, and we were at a coffee shop. And one of the rules that if you go somewhere with Pastor Mike, he always buys coffee. In fact, that's probably one of the only reasons why I hung out with him for like the last 2 decades, because I'm like, ooh, at least I'm getting coffee out of this deal. It's not too shabby, like no matter what. Like we get in the car, it's like Pavlov's dog. You ring the bell and you start salivating. Like when I get in the car with Pastor Mike, I'm like, I wonder what kind of coffee I'm going to get. Well, anyway, I was with him and we were getting coffee and he was like, I want to make a phone call. Can you just pay for the coffee? Well, he gave me, a $10 bill or $20 bill or something, and he handed it to me, and he's like, just, go ahead and take that. Well, I took that money, and I'm like, okay, I looked at it differently than if it was my money. I'm like, okay, I want to make sure, I get him the right change. I want to make sure that I'm getting him a receipt. I want to make sure, even though, I've known him and I trust him and he trusts me, I'm like, this isn't my money, this is his, and I want to make sure I'm responsible. I made sure that the order was right. I definitely took more care knowing that I was spending his money than I did knowing that I was spending my own. And I had this kind of chill run through me that this would probably clean up a lot of our finances if we look at ourselves in this light. Like that money you got, some of you, Friday's payday and you're gonna get a direct deposited amount. Like that's not yours. It was given by him. So you don't want to be like, oh, I'm just going to have 100 subscriptions. I don't even know what they're for. Do you need a third Hulu subscription for the laundry room? Do you need Netflix, extra no ads, 5 days early, $79 a month? We spend money as if it's not valuable because we're not valuing it knowing that it's his. So the same with generosity. When it's our money, we're like, I don't know if I can give this. But when it's his money, you go, well, it's reasonable that I acknowledge him by giving regularly. So 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 7 says, each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion. God loves a cheerful giver. Giving is an acknowledgement of God's ownership of all the things. Giving is a right response to the blessings that God has uniquely given to you. So when we give, what we're doing is we are vocalizing with our checks and our credit cards and our debit cards and whatever, that we don't own this, we are a manager of it, and we get an opportunity to give in a way that's going to bless the people around us and bless the Lord. So giving is one other way that we acknowledge him in all of our ways.